off.
Girls DMR. You have Jet Davidson. She's leading off for EC Glass. I'm sure you know who Libby Davidson is.
Yes.
Libby Davidson. She came in the spotlight her sophomore year, 4th in the nation at Cross Nationals. This is her little sister, Jet Davidson. She's a freshman. She's leading it off for them. So expect EC Glass maybe to get a good lead. So it's Jet Davidson starting, and then she's handing off to Libby Davidson, her sister.
Oh,
Those
cool.
are your two leads off right here for EC Glass. So that's going to make it very interesting. But Lake Braddock.
This is what I'm talking about. They won the Penn Relays distance medley relay last year with a monster last leg by Kate Murphy. And I would argue that the fitness Kate Murphy is in right now is probably much better than what she was last year. This athlete is on a whole nother level. 4:07 in the 1500 last year to qualify for the Olympic trials, making that semifinal, running 9:10 at World Juniors in the 3000, and last week opened her season with a 9:14 3,000 meters. That makes her the number 3 performer in high school history behind Mary Kay and Alexa Ephraimson indoors. So that team is in second place right now. That's Lake Braddock.
Yeah, and I mean, Kate Murphy, you're going to watch a high schooler that performs on a professional level. I mean, it's insane. So watch that. Lake Braddock now, they're moving on to EC Glass. Going to pat Jet Davidson right now. So they're moving on. They're going after a national record attempt. That national record is 11:34.85. Set by North Rockland, New York, just last year.
Last year, yeah.
Yeah, so not been up there for long. And let's say Lake Braddock was only 5 seconds off of that last year indoors, and they are returning everybody from that team, including your anchor, Kate Murphy, a 4:07 1,500-meter runner. I mean, if they're even close to it, you expect Kate Murphy to hawk it down.
Oh, yeah, and just by looking at this first leg right now, off to a great start. Already passed Davidson here, Lake Braddock leading the way, and Kate, it would be nice to see Kate have to chase someone. I think obviously that helps. That's what she did at Penn Relays. But also the fact that she ran a 9:14 3K just last weekend and had no one around her at all.
Yeah, so it's Lake Braddock way out in the lead right now, really actually turning it on.
Yeah, just under 2:30 was the time there with 2 laps to go for Lake Braddock here in the first leg. Now, for those of you watching, if you're not familiar, the distance medley relay is a 12,400, 800 mile. So I think it's one of the funnest events indoor.
I think so too. I do. This is Emma Egger right now for Lake Braddock, starting their team off well. She's got 1 lap to go.
1 lap to go, right around 3:03 on the clock. Now, last year, Lake Braddock ran 11:39.10. They are in the high school top 10 all-time indoors, but they're going to need to shave a couple more seconds off that if they want that national record. But, like I said, Kate Murphy on another level. I think she could do it.
Yeah, they got 1 goal today, and that is a national record. That's what this whole race is about. This is a national record attempt right here. So we're hoping to make history as they're getting ready to hand off. This is Browning, the number 2 leg for Lake Braddock. Once again, she was on that leg. Not the best handoff, but
right around 3:40, 3:41 on the clock when she got that baton, but really opening up her stride now. Oh, they have a monster lead on the competition.
Yeah, and that's actually Loudon Valley now. They're moving into second. So EC Glass, they're in third. Said Libby Davidson's running their number 2 leg, but I don't know why she would be doing that. She's an outstanding distance runner.
Right.
But she has been injured this cross-country season and led her team to a state championship. Even though she didn't win state, she still ran it. And so she's out there doing that 400 leg, it looks like, passing Loudon Valley. But it's all Lake Braddock right now, chasing this meet record, the national record. National record 11:34.85, North Rockland, New York.
And here's Braddock, Lake Braddock handing off right around 4:38, 4:39. She crossed the line right around 4:40. So this is the 800-meter leg for Lake Braddock. And, you know, this national record attempt, I think it speaks volumes of what kind of teammate Kate Murphy is. Because the fact that she's going to be in that 1,000-meter race tomorrow against against Sammy Watson of New York. Had a little stutter there. But that is also a national record attempt at the 1K tomorrow. So she's coming out here. She says, I can do this mile. I can try and help my team break a national record. 5:12 on the clock. 3 laps to go for this 800-meter leg.
Still moving around Lake Braddock, and yeah, that 1,000 is going to be stacked tomorrow. I heard Nolan talking about it. The 4 top girls are undefeated in the 1,000.
Yes.
So that's going to change tomorrow. But they do not like losing any of those 4 girls. But Lake Braddock right now, right on 11:34 is the time to beat. They've run 11:36 outdoors. And 11:39 indoors. She's got 2 laps to go, 5:46, with 400 meters to go on the 800-meter leg. And
this is probably, from my experience, this is probably the most challenging part of this race, especially for this leg. I mean, you've got 400 meters to go, but it's 2 laps. So right there, mentally, you're kind of like, I have 2 laps, not 1 lap. As opposed to an outdoor track. But also you have no one around you. That is the hardest part about in a situation like this. You are just running against the clock, and you don't want to get out too aggressive and die. You need to be smart. But she looks super, super strong.
And it's hard when you're dealing with a national record attempt, too, to not get out too strong. But with 200 meters to go, she looks like she has a little bit left in her legs. And they're definitely going to be not chasing, but going for lapping people. So you're going to be seeing that as we get ready to hand it off to Kate Murphy. We're going to figure out what she has to run this last 1,500, this last mile, and if they want to get record.
We are going to get a split on Murphy here as Lake Braddock comes down, and Murphy gets the baton right around 6:55.
Yep, right around there. So that's really close. She's got to run around a 440 mile, is that correct?
I mean, I think it's possible, but when you're by yourself, it might be a completely different story. But again, this is an athlete that ran 9:14 by herself in a 3K last weekend, which you can watch on FlowTrack. It was our tasty race of the week. There's my plug right there.
There you go.
Murphy, 7:29 on the clock.
33 first lap, so 66 pace. Out strong. And now anchoring for EC Glass. That's Libby Davidson, it looks like, anchoring for EC Glass. So she's right in front of Lake Braddock. So hopefully that will give Kate Murphy somebody to chase.
Gives her something to chase right here. Davidson. We've got a great feature on Libby Davidson, actually, on MileSplit and FlowTrack as well. Her story this year. Definitely worth watching it. Coaching and the cross-country league and her 4A, watching her do that for the team was one of the most amazing things I think I've seen a teammate do. But Lake Braddock, Kate Murphy, having no problem, looks like out there. Looks like her first 400 was 67, so still right on pace, going out in 33 and change, now hitting 67. It's going to be close, but she's after it. It's going to be close. I'm a little nervous. Kate Murphy, this is someone who's headed to the University of Oregon next year. They are the reigning NCAA cross-country champions, led by a freshman, Katie Rainsberger, this year. Right around 8:39, 8:40 on the clock, and she's going to pass Davidson now. So Kate Murphy is laser focused right now.
Oh, yeah. Yep. She's got one goal. That's a national record, and she's chasing that all by herself right now. So her teammates gave her a huge lead, lapping all of the competition. Clock's at 9 flat right now.
So 11:34.85. That is the time that Lake Braddock and Kate Murphy are chasing here on the track.
2:19 through the 800. So out well. That's right at pace for about what she needs to run.
It's like scary right at pace.
And the crowd is just now, I believe, starting to get into it.
Yeah.
Cheering her on.
Yeah, we've got our announcer on the infield yelling out the splits to try and get this crowd, aware that they are potentially witnessing a national high school record. Murphy just clicking off the laps here. 9:52 on the clock.
9:52. Kate Murphy's the third fastest prep in history of the 1,500 meters, so she is very, very capable of getting this done.
Yes. She's looking super, super smooth. She's one of the most confident athletes I think I've ever watched race. I mean, just seeing how she looked very composed at the Olympic trials as a high school junior.
And here we go. This is 400 meters to go. They're at 10:27, 10:28 as they cross the line.
I think she's going to get it. I just think she's going to get it. I don't see how she's not going to get it. She looks amazing.
She looks good. She doesn't look like she's tightening up. I think last 200, it's going to still come down to that last 200. But she is looking strong.
I mean, if I had to put my last 200 on anyone in high school
and this is
track right now, it might be Kate Murphy.
Here we go. The crowd is now starting to realize what could happen. She's at 11:02 right now. She needs a 32 last 200 to make it happen. Kate Murphy on the backstretch, striding out.
Kate Murphy looks amazing right now. She's got less than 200 meters to go. She wants to break the high school national record, 11:23 on the clock.
11:34 is the time to beat. She's got 15 meters to go. 30, 31, 32, 33. It's going to come down to the change.
It's going to come down to the change. We're waiting for the official time. 11:34.
54. They get it by 0.3. Kate Murphy.
Our clock is showing 11:34.54.
We're waiting to see if that's official, and it is official. We're good.
High school national record for Lake Braddock. Kate Murphy, and the crowd here it's electrifying. It's amazing. That was so exciting to watch.
And it came down to the last step. I mean,
Yeah.
every step counts.